Janet, lacking her keys and unwilling to wake up her boyfriend, forced a window in the garden and left muddy prints on the kitchen floor. The moon provided just enough light as she tiptoed, beer bottle from the nightclub still in hand, from room to room in the house that she feverishly loved. She and her boyfriend had been planning a trip, and their suitcases were packed in the hall, facing the front door, looking to a future of love and commitment. They would spend 2 weeks in the road, choosing hotels and rest stops based on intuition, circumstance, and luck. Maybe some of their decisions would be bad. Maybe they'd have fun. Janet had taken trips with previous boyfriends, one of whom she'd slept with earlier that night. Too drunk to drive the car that he'd been almost too drunk to screw in, he walked her home, serene, and reminisced about beds and bowers in distant lands, the olives picked and eaten from vines and the sunlight blazing over barren mountains. He still loved her, he said, but he wouldn't get in her way. She told him that she wouldn't allow him to, and she took his beer bottle before he made his exit. High school sweethearts have a way of returning to those who hope. Janet had suffered yearly homecoming parades of crushes, boyfriends, and lovers. She discriminated and celebrated each time, and then silently decided never again. This time, she wasn't worried, because she was going on a trip soon, and if old lovers have a way of returning, so does old and forgotten love sometimes. Much too late, she remembered to remove her shoes. She cursed herself in the carpeting, not meaning to, just talking, and she used the railing for support. Railing, she said to herself quietly in the dark. Railway, railroad, running. 1 minute her shoes were on and the next minute they were off, and she didn't remember the in-between. The bathroom had expanded and she struggled to the toilet sink and towels. Her toothbrush was gone, or maybe it had been packed. Sitting on the edge of the tub, collecting the various parts of herself together, she wondered if she'd packed a sweater. She thought the tires should be checked. By now the moon had traveled, or gone behind a cloud maybe, and the only sensation she registered was her weak breath on the ceramic tiles. Who would she meet on the trip, she wondered. New faces in grocery stores and hotel lobbies, her boyfriend holding her from behind and always watching, as though he could see the world from between her earrings. He often considered the world through her eyes, she knew, and often did the things she did just to catch hold of her experiences. He tried to keep up, but he could only go so far before falling behind again, like a younger brother always 1 year behind his sister. The bathroom was getting cold and the bottle was empty. She used one hand to guide herself down the hall and the other to clutch her hip, which was bruised from a tumble from a car. The bed was delightfully warm, and she reached out to hug the dog, shaggy and sleeping, a friend engineered for hugging. He didn't know he would be spending 2 weeks in a kennel. Her heart went out to him, and to all those who suffered.